mitzvahs link?
You could do that or just directly through you. B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, Rabbi said, let's mamish get involved.
Yeah, so this was explained to me, like, that was like, it's like a big chag, like, it's like, I didn't realize.
Today is a massive day. Today is literally a massive day. What's the energy of today? Today the energy is Yud Tes Kislev. This is the day where the light of Chassidus, and we'll get into it at 3 o'clock, even more. It's where the light of Chassidus, the light of the Baal Shem Tov, opens up into the world. And it's really the day that if you feel that you've been in a prison cell, that you get to come out of that prison cell. A lot of people feel trapped in the world. People feel trapped.
Yeah, I got a holy bracha this morning from Rav Kahana. He was telling me that he gave me a bracha that I should be unleashed. I was like, no. You ever hear that? Like, as far as brachas.
Usually you think like a Ferrari or something, but it means that the soul should be unfettered anymore. And the soul should be able to unleash itself. Is that when a person's in a trapped state of being, it's like he's on a leash. Unleashed is when the leash, when you open up the prison gates. So this is the day that the Balatanya was put into prison 53 days before this. And we'll speak more at 3 o'clock about the whole Hishtalshalas Hadvarim.
Are we given the PC version, or are we like naming names with the lip box?
No.
Are we not getting into the vision? It stays all about you.
It says, Poda b'sholem nafshi, that I came out in peace. I was redeemed in a state of peace.
Alright, so we're taking the derech Shalom.
We can name some names and we can speak about some topics.
I don't know what you mean, but it sounds good. The gossip sounds good. It sounds juicy.
But the idea being is that this is the day that the light of your soul no longer has to be trapped. This is the day that you can unleash the power of your inner light. This is the day that it was not clear if the light of the Baal Shem Tov would go out to the world. It was not clear. There was great concern that maybe the light of Chassidus, the light of the Baal Shem would be smothered for a long time, and maybe only in the end would come out in the days of Mashiach. And there was concern that maybe the Balatanya would be killed also in prison. There was real concern of that. And the Chassidim were fasting, and the Chassidim had many things they took upon them, so they didn't make weddings. It was like the 9 days, mamish. There were certain restrictions on things they would eat because they were in a state of mourning that the Rebbe had been imprisoned in St. Petersburg, which they call Petersburg. And we'll talk more about the entire shtalshalos of how the story went and some of the, this is an amazing sefer. This goes through mamish, some of the goodies. Because in Chabad, like, if you weren't put into prison for teaching Torah, you're not a Rebbe.
Who's that?
That's the Friedeker Rebbe. If you're not incarcerated,
He was in prison by the Soviets, right?
if you're not incarcerated for standing up for what you believe in, and you're not doing your job as a Rebbe. So the Balatanya was put 2 times, and on the occasion of him going to St. Petersburg, it was not clear that he was going to come out alive. But when he did come out, and the entire story of what happened, which we'll talk about more soon, when he did come out, he was reading the words of King David as the guard came in to open up the cell gates, and it said, Poda b'sholem nafshi, I've been redeemed in peace. Ki rabim hayu imodi, mikaravli ki rabim hayu imodi, and many are with me.
It's amazing. Some of the hostages from October 7th came to speak last night at a lot of Yud Tes Kislev for break-ins. And they said the one thing they couldn't take away from me was my faith in God.
So the Balatanya held on mamish. The Balatanya held on. And in that dark place, and this was more than just a feeling that maybe Chassidus and maybe just the Balatanya would be, this was that the whole movement of Torah Baal Shem would be locked up, would be snubbed out and hidden from the world. And when he came out, it was a sign that the light of the Baal Shem, like the Egyptians said, Pen Yifroitz, we have to snub out the Jews, lest they increase their influence. And the Torah says, Kain Yifroitz, the Jewish nation will spread forth our light. And therefore the light, and we don't mean stam spread forth, we mean that the true influence that we're talking about is an influence of goodness and love and chassidus, Torah Baal Shem and Chanukah, bringing light into a dark world. And that's what's very sad. If the Jewish nation is not doing this, then it's very, very troublesome that we're not living up to everything that really Yud Tes Kislev represented, which was the coming out of prison. And that all that wanted to snub out and remove the power of the beauty of Torah Baal Shem, of making Hashem a dir b'sachtoina. Esava Kodesh Baruch Hu liyos ladir b'sachtoina. Hashem Kaviyocha has a taiva, and we welcome our friends here from around the world. We're so happy to have you on Yud Tes Kislev. That Hashem, so to speak, says that I want a dira down here. I want to live down here. I have enough angels up there in Shemayim. I don't need any more angels. I want human beings down here in this world of sloppy joes, in this world of Hershey Park, in this world of Candy Crush. Give me another one, Yitz. In this world of Call of Duty. In this world of a Gashmius Mamish. In an Oilam Hamagushim. In a Gassen. This very thick, dense world. That Hashem should have a home down here. Like we said, that the Rebbe, Friedrich Rebbe, when he held his finger up and he said, when the soul is coming down, he doesn't want to go. The soul wants to stay up there where it's warm and good, because down there it's cold and dark. The Friedrich Rebbe told Zaman Posner, but you have to go and you have to take the world up here that's so warm and filled with light, and you have to make down here in this world a world that's filled with warmth and light. That's our mission. That was the mission of the Baal Shem Tov and the Balatanya and the Maggid and Mezhevitz's Yurtzeit is today, Rabbi. The Maggid, Hagadol, Schusi Aleinu. And their whole mission was to bring light to this world, this dark world, and shine that light. So when that light was being trapped in the jail cell in St. Petersburg, there was a concern maybe this light would not get out. And when the Balatanya got to the pasuk, Pada b'shalom nafshi, that my soul has been redeemed in peace. And the guards came to open up the jail cell. And the Balatanya just pushed the jail cell open. Because when the time of redemption had come, he didn't need any guard to open up any jail cell. And when they went to take off the handcuffs, he just shook them off. Because he didn't need any guards to take off his handcuffs. Because when the time of redemption had happened, that was it. Poda b'sholem nafshi mamish. That the redemption had come. It was time. And we're mamish in this now. We're in this time of redemption. And that's why so much we're grabbing hold of the Torah of the Baal Shem. The Heilige Torah of the Baal Shem. And who greater also than the great grandson of the Baal Shem Rav Nachman of Breslov. The Ir v'Kadish ben Shmai Enochis. And Rav Nachman, for sure. Great grandson.
Great grandson, not grandson.
I thought it was
I thought he
great.
just married his
I'm
grandma.
always confused about it. Great grandson?
I thought it's great grandson.
I'm always confused.
If the Oilam
Never looked it up.
understands otherwise, please tell me.
I think he married his great granddaughter. I don't know if it's a direct use. I don't know.
So let's see. I think there is. I think,
Okay.
but I could be wrong. I'm
I
happy.
know a lot of people say there is, but I
So we need to get very reliable sources for this, and I'm happy to hear this.
I'm checking out.
Well, I wonder how reliable.
ChatGPT is legal.
no.
I wonder how reliable. You have to speak to like Reb Moti, Reb Nachman Fried. You have to speak to the Olam the Mamish knows. If you ask Rabbi Shimeir, he'll give you the real answer. You know he knows the answer. You know he knows the answer. So really we began this very big topic of the upper worlds, the lower worlds, the lower worlds, the upper worlds.
Great grandson.
You're also saying that maybe the great grandson is though by marriage.
Yeah, I just saw that. There's also that here. It says here, according to like Chabad and all that kind of stuff, it says that Baal Shem Tov had a daughter named
Adel.
Yeah,
That's his daughter.
Yeah, Russian
Yeah.
Tavis, Ishta, Salam.
And she had a daughter named Fega, and that's Rav Nachman ben Fega. And then she had a son named Rav Nachman.
And now be direct. That would not be through marriage.
Yeah.
What's the other opinion?
Get a fresh beard.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
Fresh beard.
this is, we have a Masorah. That this is actually the picture of the Balatanya. This is the Balatanya.
Really?
It's a painting. That's why you'll notice about the Balatanya, it's the only image you ever see.
Yeah.
That's how I knew who he was.
This is the only image you ever see.
Yeah, it's like the side picture. Yeah, the profile.
This was the Balatanya. This was the Balatanya. And that is,
This is with that beard oil. You probably could use like beard oil.
no beard oil, it's just
Natural.
fresh.
Like, imagine if
Fresh.
Imagine he had like the stuff
Imagine he
they
had
had.
that stuff.
Imagine he had like a comb. Imagine he like took care of
Poofed it.
Imagine he did that. Oof, man.
I don't know if he was looks maxing like that. I think it was soul
He's
maxing.
so nice.
I think it was a soul maxer to the max.
My dad was watching the thing Thursday night. He's like, I like. He's like, I love like. I send him the link every Thursday night. He's like, I love watching it, but like, I don't know what he was talking about. The soul maxing, looks maxing. Like, I'm like.
It's like, Dad, it's like another generation.
If he doesn't know what that is, he's holding. Don't
That's right. That's probably better.
It's good.
He's like, I was confused by like all these like a lot of some things he was talking about. It's like I'm like, yeah, like, you gotta. I told him like, you gotta come through.
He's gonna come through.
I don't know.
That's kind of nice.
I told him if he wants to understand.
That'd be so lovely. I would love to meet him. So let's just go inside the Torah, because we're going to learn about this more tomorrow morning. The Rebbe is about to introduce us to these two characters. We said, Ali de Klalius ben v'Talmud, through the power of a son and a student. Ali de Zeh, Mishu ish chayil. He speaks about a man who's a mighty human being. A chayil means like a soldier of Hashem. And that he's somebody that gets the job done. And that mamish, if it's got to be done, he does it. A real soldier doesn't make all sorts of excuses. Now, I would love to come to Shir, but like, I have to, it's usually laundry. Or somebody was trying to speak to one of the Chashav Rabbanim here, and he's like, "Will you come back in 20 minutes?" He's like, "Ooh, I was gonna get my hair cut." Okay, like that's Chashav, but like the Rebbe's giving you a time to meet with him. Like you could probably find another time to do that. So an Ish Chayil, a mighty person, gets the job done. Ve'eno ahepich, which is interesting. Also, the whole Torah is talking about like opposites: dor emala, dor emata, the above dwellers and the below dwellers. And it's not the opposite. What's the opposite of an Ish Chayil? Shekoin roya mazel, somebody who has bad mazal, which the Rebbe calls a shlamazel. Shlamazel. Yeah.
Like a
Shlamazel.
God.
Like we know what it means. It's a shlamazel. It's the opposite of a guy who's an ish chayil, a soldier, powerful.
Has Gemini recreate the image? I don't know how good that is. But like, just took the image, it's gonna put it in. It's
Almost identical.
I don't see the neshama in that. I don't see
it's
the
right,
weird.
right.
The neshama is in here.
Yeah.
The neshama is not in there.
Even in here, you see like
Oh, do you have Grok?
the eyes.
No.
The neshama is mamish. You see
Grok is
the
the best
They
like,
got
video
those eyes.
generator. If you give it like
Blue
a
eyes.
picture,
the neshama is mamish in here. You see the soul in here.
it could turn into
Even
a
though it's
video.
just a picture.
And you see the painting. Yeah, you see it's there.
I've used Gemini, Claude, GPT.
Grok for
This is
Yeah, I'm not against it. I wanna
Those eyes have seen stuff, like heard stuff, seen stuff. Like you can see like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like layered. Like I don't know if it's like right. It's like I don't know. Like I don't know if that makes
I
sense.
straight up said this image doesn't have a neshama to it.
And what did it
I
respond?
don't know,
It's waiting.
just a sec. It says,
See what the oilam thinks.
So he was the one that was.
Does AI
So he's the one that was being judged.
Both of them are mentioned.
Oh, he's also.
have a soul?
Today's your test kislev is kind of
Because this is a big thing that people are thinking about is that, AI is just going to do everything. Except the problem is that AI doesn't have a soul.
I turned it into a painting. Turn it back into a painting.
But even there in the painting, you don't see. You don't.
It feels
See,
weird. I don't like
I know.
you don't see the soul in there. It actually looks a bit like haunted.
Yeah, that one does, because his eyes are like weird.
But in the original, no, it's haunted.
I only see
Yeah, you see in the painting of the Rebbe, you see you see the soul.
Creepy.
You see the soul in there.
I don't like it. Yeah, but there's for sure better realistic making things. I'm trying to paint things in the world. I don't know.
You're trying to capture the soul. You got to stay away from AI. If you want the soul, you got to stay away from AI. So in Ish Chayil, we have an Ish Chayil, we have a mighty person, and we have the opposite, we have a Shlamazel.
I really like the word shlamazel.
I know, it sounds like what it is. It's Shlamazel. A Shlamazel means Roya Mazel. He's got bad mazel. It's like everything's going wrong. The guy, like, his shoelace is always untied and he, like, trips on it. And, his businesses are not working out. And, he's the guy that when, he's walking to work and then the car hits the puddle and exactly when he was walking by the puddle, he gets spritzed with all the water. And he's always like, of course I was that guy to get spritzed because he's a shlamazel.
Don't people
But
don't make your own luck?
What makes a person a shlamazel?
Themselves.
So usually a shlamazel blames like, oh,
If the guy was more careful, he wouldn't be splashed by the puddle. Like
an ish
if
chayil.
the guy was more aware, he wouldn't you know what I mean? Those things wouldn't happen to him. Those things only happen to him because he allows them to happen to him.
Do you control your mazel? Can you change your mazel?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ein mazel Yisrael. You could change your mazel. You're above mazel. When Avram Avinu, he said to Hashem, but Hashem, he said, you're going to have kids. He said, Hashem, like, my wife doesn't have a womb. Where's the baby going to grow? It's not in the mazel. I don't see that I'm going to have a child.
But isn't that like about what aren't certain things isn't that like about nature? Like,
So Hashem said, Ein mazel Yisrael, that you go above it. You can make anything happen. God created a womb inside of Sarah.
What's the story with the lady who had the party with her band, or like, in order to increase her, in order to get better mazel, like you should have a party?
Oh,
Oh, the Mazal.
there was a girl. This is a very deep story. there was a girl, and maybe if there's people around the world that also are struggling with this, then they should pay attention to this. So there was a girl who, she was getting older, an older woman, and she had not found her soulmate. And that's very difficult, to get older and not find a partner in this world. And the years were going on, and she was becoming depressed. And at some point she went to go ask a big Mikubal, a Kabbalist, a real legit one. I think it was actually Rabbi Yaakov Hillel, if I remember correctly. And Rabbi Yaakov Hillel asked her, he said, let me ask you, like, you're a Balas Tshuva, right? And she said, yeah, like I wasn't religious growing up, and then I found God. And he said to her, so your parents, they never made a kiddush, they never made a celebration for your birth, right? No, like, I don't know, we were out some far-flung place, and they're not really connected to any, Jewish customs, and so I imagine that they never made a kiddush, they never made a celebration in honor of my birth, where people would come and say Mazel Tov. He said, you need to go and make a kiddush now for your birth. This woman was, I think, in her late 40s. So you should go and make a kiddush. Go and say that you're sponsoring the kiddush in shul, invite all your friends, and say that you're sponsoring a kiddush in honor of your birth. And everyone should come and say Mazel Tov for being born. And so she did it, and everyone came up, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. She received so many blessings of Mazel Tov. And she ended up getting engaged and married. And Rabbi Yaakov Hillel, I believe as Rabbi Yaakov Hillel said, you were missing all those Mazel Tovs from the time that you were born. And therefore your Mazal had not been set up as Tov. So once everybody came and they wished you strong Mazel Tovs and Mazel Tovs, more Mazel Tov, so that shifted your whole Mazel.
We were talking about him on Friday night.
Yeah.
What was it, Rabbi?
Shmuel Yaakov Bergman.
Shmuel Yaakov Bergman, right. Yeah. My father is very close to Rabbi.
Really?
Yeah, it's like.
And your father get me an in.
It's like weird. It's like, I don't know why, I don't know how, but he's like
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's very
It's
special.
like random, because like my dad's not Sfardi at all. He's like super Sfardi. And like
Rabbi Yaakov Hillel is very close to, he loves human beings. But even still,
I went a couple years ago. I went for Friday meal Friday night.
That's
I
right.
was in Israel with my dad, and we went together for the meal on Friday night.
even that is not, that's pretty rare. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Because he's I'm a big fan.
He's a very real person.
Yeah,
And he knows big things, he knows all the secrets.
that's right. I know.
Imamish, no, he's holding.
He's like intimidated. Like,
Yeah.
He's like,
But at the same time, he's very gentle.
Sure.
He's very gentle. He's very sweet and gentle. I was one time walking the streets with, we were walking home from shul, my father-in-law and I, and the Simcha from Friday night davening. And I'm coming back down into my neighborhood, and I noticed up ahead there's like a group of people walking nicely, normally, just like kind of centered around someone. And I said, but that's Rabbi Yaakov Hillel. And we went over, and he gave my father-in-law a Shalom Aleichem and a good Shabbos. And he remarked to me afterwards, he said something beautiful, my father-in-law. He said, sometimes when someone's like a bit of a rebbe, so everyone's like crowded and pushing and this. But when someone's really big, there was no pushing, there was no it was like it was very peaceful. Pada b'shalom nafshi. It was very peaceful. He's like, when someone's really big, they'll stop, they'll look at you straight in the eyes, say good Shabbos. It was something very beautiful.
Right.
He's big. He's very
aura
big.
makes his aura, like the aura makes people behave. Like,
That's
it
right.
forces you to like.
Mamish. His
like-
aura, he's got a good aura.
Yeah.
It's like the Rosh Hashiva.
Mamish. The Rosh Shiva, you feel like, how could you push? What's pushing?
How could I? Yeah. Right. How could I? Like,
This story reminds me of why Hashem makes people sneeze. Because people always say, like, bless you
Oh.
after you sneeze. So it brings
Amen.
down bracha.
Oh man.
A lot of blessings. Bezrat Hashem, the world needs so much blessing right now. The world needs so much blessing because many people would say that they're in the category of being a shlamazel. Sadly. It's not going right, and then,
It's not my fault.
it's not my fault, it's everyone else's fault. What's that called? Narcissism? When everybody else,
Victim blame.
when everybody else is the problem, except themselves. Not narcissism? What's
No,
narcissism?
narcissism is like saying, how do you say it? You're better than everyone else. Like,
Just being obsessed with yourself.
yeah, obsessed with yourself. Like,
Uh-huh.
outside the world that's revolve around you.
The world, but isn't there like a concept though? Like
So
the
the
world.
Noah Feinberg says, like, whenever you hear that the world was created for you, it doesn't mean, like, oh, this just means, like, I'm supposed to get, like, everyone's supposed to be nice to me, I'm supposed to get all these good things, and like, it means you're responsible for the world and all of its problems, and you're supposed to take responsibility to fix it.
That's right. The world was created for me means I'm responsible to help fix this world, this broken world. And I can't pass the buck to somebody else. But Rav Bunim Chizzuk said a beautiful thing. He said at the same time that you have to say the world was created for me, you have to say Anochi Offer ve'efer. I'm just dust and dirt. And he, actually one of the Gesher guys that gave me as like an end of year present on cloth, like on a parchment with
They're going to say dust and dirt.
and that would also be, Rabbi, just don't forget,
a box of dirt.
here's a Ferrari and then dirt. Just like,
Or how about like a dirty Ferrari? Like a Ferrari covered in dirt.
so they gave me these two parchments and they framed it very beautiful. And one says, the world was created for me, that every person has to say. And every person has to say that. And then the other framed picture is, and remember, you are dust and dirt. So you live with these both at the same time, that I have a responsibility and I have to help and do, and you're great. And at the same time, don't take yourself so seriously. Don't be so full of yourself, you're dust and dirt. I'll offer toshuv. You came from the dust and you go back to the dust. After 120 years, B'ezrat Hashem. After 180 years, B'ezrat Hashem. So we have now this Ish Chayil, and we have the opposite, we have a Shlamazel. Who would you say the Ish Chayil corresponds to, Doramal or Doramata? I would have thought Doramala maybe, and the Shlamazel is Doramata.
Yeah, I've learned from this Torah, it's like whatever you think it is, it's the opposite.
Yeah, so it's sorry, I was gonna say.
So B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to continue with this. We're going to talk about eating tomorrow morning, the ha'ara of eating, of Ratzon. We're going to get into the whole story of the Leviathan. And actually the Rebbe is going to get into making money. We're going to go back into exposing Jewish money secrets. The Rebbe is going to have a whole piece there on Parnasa, how understanding making a livelihood, understanding money and how it works. So the Chevra is going to get all excited. Oh, the Jews, that's there. I wanted to bring it all back to the money.
Jewish money secrets.
But money is a part of this world, and we want to know how to use it responsibly. So this whole section is going to be speaking about money. And believe it or not, you know what's tied into money? The Leviathan.
Like a whale.
The Leviathan.
Like, no, like,
Oh yeah.
like,
The one that was going to be for the sukkah,
that sounds
the big sushi suda
That's a meal.
by the Lasad Lava. Times of Mashiach. It's going to be sushi for everybody. You like
It
sushi?
costs money.
Sushi costs money. You have to pay the workers.
Those knives are expensive.
That's right, they are. Especially the good ones. Let's take a few minutes for some of the Chevra, some questions on Yutes Kislev. If the Chevra are here and they're here to share. I'm also amazed that 20% of people think that AI has a soul. Which is fascinating to me.
Nefesh, a soul, just like a lower part of the soul.
So if that's what the Chevra are referring to, that it's speaking about the lower soul, the nefesh, then yes, we say that AI mastered, well, they're still mastering it, mastered the nefesh, which is really the animating power of taiva of the animal soul, and they're very good at that. And therefore it's taking away all of the just human animation of work. However, they'll never have a neshama. It could never write a Sefer Torah for you.
So remember how we were talking about, like we were speculating in this classroom like almost a month ago about
Transhumanism.
transhumanism and how like maybe like AI
Neuralink.
Neuralink could help like get rid of someone's Yetzer Hara or Nefesh HaBahamas. The Sitra Achra is like really taking over AI, and they're now like OpenAI this month is supposed to put out to market like explicit like triple X rated AI girlfriends
Oy vey.
and boyfriends and this kind of content. And I was
Meaning
hearing,
so realistic. Like that you can't tell.
like you could like generate any like Yetzer Hara twisted like
Ugh.
yeah.
The Yetzer Hara must be working overtime. Because this is horrible. I mean, people are just going to sit with their Oculus Prime. They're going to sit in their house.
So bad.
If people are
And
gonna want to meet like
human
other
beings.
People aren't meeting people.
Exactly, they're not meeting people.
There's a population crisis. Elon talks about it all the time. But a lot of these countries, like in like 100 years, they're not going to have any people.
Yeah, but he says that. But I think Grok already also has that feature. Has like
Yeah, it does. I think
Meaning, as he's saying that you should go and have children, his very company is making it that you don't need to. Because they're just, who wants to hang out with other human beings? They're not as fun. They're not as, they get upset at me if I'm not nice to them.
The guy's supposed to. He's a businessman. He should not make money. Like, I don't know.
What's your,
I think we
what's
should
your,
privatize AI.
so Elon, what's your true belief? You trying to build humanity?
I heard an analyst on Bloomberg say something very funny about OpenAI. They said like it started off as a non-profit to help humanity, then it became a for-profit to help humanity, and now they're going to start selling porn. It just shows like the degeneration of like this world we're living in today, and how like tithers rule everything, and how like tithers for money, tithers for physical pleasure, all these things like are just like steering people in the wrong direction.
We got to help pull people out of this. I think one of the secrets will be Shabbos. Shabbos. Shabbos, you have to talk to people. But I think a lot of the world doesn't understand Shabbos.
What about non-Jewish people?
To understand just putting down your technology a little bit.
That's why
You
I'm
know-
excited for Charlie Kirk's new book that he's got, Post Thomas, is going to be released. It's all about Shabbos and explaining to the world how beneficial it is to put the electronics away and to connect to.
I think one of the saddest things, everybody knows this, you see a couple out for dinner or whatever. And they obviously are going out for dinner, they're trying to maybe build a relationship. And they're both sitting at the table on their phones, talking to somebody else. Just answering a couple texts, like, I'm with you, don't, like, I'm listening to everything you're saying, like, I'm with you. That's so painful. So a lot of what happens is you have one person that's really into the relationship, and they get upset because like you're just not with me, and the other side is yeah, no, I'm with you. But now what I see is happening is both sides are not interested in the relationship, so they're both somewhere else. Even when they're sitting with somebody, they're both somewhere else. It saddens me very much. I want to give people back a human experience. Yeshuvah shel olam. Yeshuvah shel
I mean,
olam.
I'm a big fan of privatizing AI. Like, if I were to seize the state and take over Israel, I would not only privatize AI, I would ban all AI graphic adult content.
Yeah, I mean, for
First
sure.
thing, immediately.
I think it's a good platform to run on.
I also think privatizing AI would allow like people who are like displaced from like their jobs to receive like benefits from like all the abundance that AI and automation bring.
I hear that. I definitely would say, as far as the adult content, to immediately ban it all, because that's harming all of humanity. And all of humanity has 7 mitzvahs. And the, maybe most important in many ways, is no illicit relations, is really grabbing hold of a person's higher self and saying, I want my higher self to run my life and not let my lower self, my animalistic self, ruin my life.
Would dating an AI like girlfriend count as illicit relations?
Yeah, because it says, the Gemara says, persons can't look at things during the day. Shemi yaharher bahem yover lidei avera balayla. The images that a person sees by day, later that night, they cause them to fantasize and then
Yeah, a lot of women's working overtime, per se.
mamish.
I think a person dating an AI girlfriend is a lot bigger problem. He has like bigger issues.
There's a lot of issues here.
No, like someone's dating an AI, someone's dating an AI, like, you know what I mean? Like,
But just think,
that's
where they're coming from, they're saying that I don't feel heard, I don't feel, I feel lonely. And this gives them something, wherever they're holding their life, you could hear why they're doing it. It seems to, and why can't they just make robots now? And they're going to look like human beings, and it's
They're
going to.
making a lot of humanoid robots that are looking to enter the market very soon. There are all these like different like humanoid
That's where this is all
robots
going,
that are,
unless we, really shift humanity in the right direction.
privatize it all. The free market is just it eats a hard track. It's a lava and the
So-
track we're just trying to lure everyone
So,
in.
so privatizing it can be good if you have good people at the top. If it's the Rosh Hashiva running running the data here, then it's going to be put through that which will help humanity. I think it's just making the world into bigger and bigger shlamazels. Whereas we need to gain hold of our soul once again. An ish chayil. Become a person does not let his lower desires run his life. It's a very big thing. It's a very big thing. Okay, so Rabbi Yisrael, let's go and continue to really now go very much into the world of Yutes Kislev. These are the last few hours that we want to hold on to the great power, the great light of Yutes Kislev, and we'll go downstairs for the Shir B'Siyat D'Shmaya. Kol Tuv Rabbi Yisrael will pick up in about 1 minute.